There are a couple different ways we can try to tackle doing a puzzle like this. One way involves looking at lines that go across. So like this line right here goes across 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 and a 5. The question is, can we find a 4 or 5 here? No. Can we find a 4 or 5 on this one? Well, we know there's a 4 right below the 3, so that means we can put the 5 here, and we can play the 4 right here, and that's going to complete that. So what I try to do is look for the smallest one, and I'll also look for numbers and then cross the numbers over. So like this one right here, this box is missing 2 numbers. So it's missing the 3, I believe, and the 7. The 7 can't go here because there's a 7 right here. So that means we can play the 3 right here, and we can play the 7 right here. I'm going to look at this first row here. So basically we're missing a 2 and we're missing a 7. Since the 7 is here, or the 7 is right here, we can put a 2 right above it. So we'll put the 2 right there, and then we will play the 7 right here. Okay, that means we have 2 numbers in this one we can play. There should be a 1 and a 2. And since there's a 2 right here, we can play the 1 there, and then we can play the 2 to the right of that. Although we know on the very bottom one there's going to be an 8 right here. We try to look for the lowest hanging fruit and then work our way through there. So let's see, the other 8 will go right here. We'll put that in. Let's try the 7. We know a 7 can go right here because of the overlap, so we'll play that. Let's look at this far right one here. The very far right line. We have 1. We don't have a 1. We don't have a 3 or 4. So 1, 3, 4. So that means the 3 is not going to be here. That means the 3 has to be here, I believe. Yep. So we know there's no 3 here on here or here. That means the 3 has to be right here through process of elimination. And then a 1 and a 4. We know there can't be a 4 here because there's a 4 right above it. So that has to be a 1. And then this has to be the 4. There should be a 5 and a 9 in this on these 2 boxes here. Well, the 5 has to go here. I know that for a fact. We should know this one right here. 4, right? Yeah, because there's no 4 there. Okay, so we got the 4 out of the way there. Let's look at the 6 overlaps. We can play 6 right here, I believe. There's no overlap there. We should be able to get the final 6 here. Let's see, nothing. Final 6 should go right here, I believe. Okay, we've taken care of the number 6. On this far right bottom corner here, we need a 1, 2, and a 3. So 1 and 3 are here, right above it, so that means that would be a 2. So now we just need a 1 and a 3. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's look at the number 2. There's only 1, 2 left on the deck. I believe that 2 has to go right here. We will put the 3 here, though. We know that's for a fact, and that means we know the 3 is right here as well. Or no, now we know this is a 1. It's got to be a 5. Well, okay, it is a 5. That was a guess. That means there's a 1 there. So now we can fill these 2 numbers in. That should be 1, 2, 3. That should be a 5, I believe. Okay, and this should be a 1, I believe. So 3, 7, 9. This has to be a 9 because there's a 3 and 7 in the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this should be a 5, I believe. Now that we have that 5, that means the bottom corner should be a 5 here, I believe. Okay, so that takes care of the 5. 8 has to be here. That's the only spot it can be. That means this 8 is right here. That means the 3 has got to be right here, I believe. Well, this is going to be 1 by default, because we're going across. And then this one should be 1, 2, 3, right? Okay. These two boxes here. Going across, it's going to be 1, 2. We're missing a 3 and a 7. So there's a 3 right here. So that means this has to be a 7. And this has to be a 3. So now we got to look for overlap with this box. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 7 and 9. So there's a 7 in this box right here. So that means this has to be a 9 and this has to be a 7. There's no 4 and there's no 9. We have a 9 right here, so this has to be the 4. And this has to be the 9. And this has to be a 1. And this has to be a 4. And we solved it.